What's up, Grace Girls? Welcome to the Allow Yourself Grace podcast, where we focus on helping Black women change their lives by discarding negative thoughts, pivoting in the right direction, and shifting their mindset through cultivating a trauma free lifestyle. I'm your host, Courtney Kristen, educator, content creator, life coach, counselor, and mental health enthusiast living in Houston, Texas. I created the Allow Yourself Grace podcast because I wanted to create a space for Black women to share their thoughts, feelings, and stories that make them who they are without fear of judgment. Allow Yourself Grace provides emotional support and encouragement within the Grace Girls community for women in need of non biased opinions from women other than family and friends. Personal development, self care, career, faith are among many of the topics we will discuss on this platform. Allow Yourself Grace podcast is here to encourage Black women to live unapologetically and thrive in being authentically who they are and were designed to be an entire vibe. No topics are off limits. We will cover it all. Now, grab a notebook, pen, sit back, and enjoy the show. What's up, Grace Girls? Welcome back. We're in season 5, y'all. So I told y'all in my first episode that I was going to be bringing some heat, bringing some new guests on. And so I'm starting off with a bang. I have Miss Shawnti Refuge here with me.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Yes. So if you guys aren't following her, tell the people where they can follow you. We're going to have it up on the screen too.
Okay, you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. I'm Shawnti Refuge Journals.
Okay. And so we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into the episode. But if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop a new episode. So first, I'm gonna have you introduce yourself to the people. Tell them what you do, where you're located, all that good stuff.
Okay, I am Shawnti Refuge. I'm in Houston, Texas. I'm a certified mental health coach, mental health advocate, keynote speaker, and author. I help women over 30 to release, heal, and live their best life with guided journaling.
Love it, love it. Y'all know how I feel about mental health and self-care and all those things.
Mm.
And so I thought she was the perfect person to start off this season. And so we're gonna get into the topic that I have for today, and then we're gonna get into a little bit about what Miss Shawnti has to offer and some of her things that you guys can go and check out to utilize. We're going to talk about the benefits of releasing trauma and healing. Like, how can doing those things bring value to your life? And so, because she's a specialist in that area, I wanted her to kind of hone in on the benefits of healing.
Sure. The benefits of healing. Healing is for you, it's not for anybody else. And healing includes forgiveness, acknowledging the part you played and whatever it is that you're needing to heal from. But when you heal, you are a whole different person. It's like that old person never existed. And it's literally like peeling an onion. Once you start healing, you're peeling off layers until you get to the real you. And healing is not microwave.
Right.
It takes a long time.
Yeah, it's a process.
Yes, it is a process.
And I think we live in a society where people just want things to happen overnight. Like they feel like, oh, I went to a couple sessions, I'm good.
No.
But wouldn't you say that, like, when you see your clients, that's like an ongoing, like it should be like a ongoing process at least for 6 months to a year.
Or longer.
Yeah.
Or longer. It just depends on the level that the client is at.
Right.
I meet the client where they are.
Yeah.
And we work our way up and start unpacking that baggage, the stuff we've been holding on to since we was 12, or whatever it is, we unpack it. And I show them how to incorporate journaling in their healing process so they can reflect. They can learn from whatever happened, and so it won't happen again. And so they won't take it into relationships, into just
Yes.
it's like a weight. It's a literal weight that's being lifted
Right
when you are healing.
Yes. And I think we throw the words around a lot. Like you see people like, "Oh, I'm on a healing journey," but do you really know what that means? Do you know what it takes to really go through that? And so I think that's the importance of having like, people like you.
Mm.
Sometimes people don't see it. They don't see that they need someone. They feel like they can do it on their own.
I used to think that.
Mhm.
And no, you cannot heal on your own. You have to have a support system. Your support system, when people hear support system, they think mama, family, somebody.
Right.
No, that is,
Church.
yes,
Yep.
no, that is not your support system.
Right.
Your support system is people who are knowledgeable about whatever it is you're going through, who have gone through it, and who can help you to get where they are or take you further. It's
Yes.
not people, you just vent to and they say, "Oh, I'm sorry that happened to you." That's not healing you. That's not
Right.
helping you.
Or they tell you what you want to hear.
Oh, yeah, no, yes,
Right?
people.
It's
No,
the pity
yes,
party
people.
of,
Yeah,
"Oh,
no.
me too."
We're not trauma bonding.
Right,
No.
right,
I'm gonna let you
right.
feel your feelings and then we're gonna do some work. So
Yeah,
you
we gotta
want, yeah,
unpack that. We
yeah,
gotta
it's
unpack
work.
that. So let's talk about the definition of trauma. Can we give the people a real definition? Because we hear the word, we see the word all over Instagram, everywhere people are talking about it. But what is your definition of trauma?
My definition of trauma is anything that affects a person mentally, emotionally, such as sexual assault
Mm.
or emotional neglect as a child or physical abuse as a child, that sits with us.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it might go to the back of our mind over the years, it's going to come up. It is
It
going to come up
is.
when you're not
Yeah.
even ready. It don't make an
Yeah.
appointment, it just comes when it's ready.
Right. And sometimes it don't have anything to do with whatever it
Yes,
is that you're dealing with. And
exactly.
it's like, what does that have to do with what's going on
Exactly.
right now? And so
Exactly.
that's how you
Yes.
know, like you still need to do
Yes.
more work.
Yeah.
So how many people do you encounter like they really like struggle through the process?
Oh, hundreds.
Like, so what part are you doing as far as accountability? Like, are you calling them? Are you seeing them? Are you on
Baby,
them? You know, like
when
that
I am your
accountability.
coach, there's no excuses,
Okay.
none. I'm gonna text you, I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna message you, and I'm gonna bug you
I
in a
love
good
it.
way with love, and
I
then I'm
love
gonna
it.
call you out, and we're gonna get to work because
Yeah.
I
I
don't.
like the straightforward.
Yeah, I'm very
Like
straightforward. If
like
I
it
hear
might hit you right
BS,
here,
yeah,
but yeah.
yeah, it's gonna hurt, but it's with love
Yeah.
because I don't want anyone to ever go through what I went through
Mhm.
before I began my healing journey. And I thank God now that I went through what I went through. So now I'm able to fully explain what's gonna happen,
Mhm.
how it feels. Because when people hear self care healing journey, they think that shit is cute. It is not.
It's
It's
not.
not.
It's
It hurts.
ugly.
It is painful. It is ugly. Ugly tears. It hurts. Where you don't want to do it anymore because it hurts
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
But that's where I come in because
Mhm.
we gonna heal, so we can
Yeah.
move on to the next thing you need to heal from.
Yeah, cuz I really believe that like growing up in a black community in general, we're taught to be quiet.
Yes.
We're taught to not say anything, like just
Hmm.
deal with it, just pray about it,
Oh
right? It's going to be
yes.
fine.
Yes.
And I think that is the most unhealthiest thing we could have learned.
It is very toxic.
It's very
It is. It's toxic.
toxic. And it's funny that I say that because guys, she just wrote a book and I'm gonna let her talk a bit about the book
Hmm.
since it relates to what I just said because I mean those things need to be unpacked and talked about. So
Yes.
talk a little bit about your book.
Okay. I wrote a book called Quiet is Kept. It is basically an account of me going through childhood up until 2018 when I had a nervous breakdown. I talk about my childhood, how I was physically abused. I
Mhm.
talk about being a teen mom at 14. I talk about basically being ain't shit. I
Mm.
talk about being arrested, the things that I did some bad stuff. I did.
Right,
And I hurt a
right.
lot of people. And I talk about that. But at the time when I was going through all of that, I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. I
Mm.
didn't know I was doing anything wrong.
You thought you were just doing what you wanted to
I
do.
didn't I thought, the whippings I was getting, I thought, okay, I must have did something wrong. So,
Yeah,
okay.
because I mean, my husband and I talk about this all the time. Like, whippings don't work for every
No,
kid
they
because
don't.
it's kind of like, okay, I got my whipping, I'm back to doing what I was
Yeah,
doing.
pretty much.
And so we have to find different
Yeah.
ways to deal with certain things because the whippings almost are becoming obsolete.
Yeah. And
Like, it
extreme.
don't
No,
work.
I'm not talking about just pat on your ass. I'm
Yeah,
talking
talk about
about
like go
extension
get a
cords.
switch.
Yeah, that kind of fly
Yeah.
swatter, the fly swatter handle, things like
Hmm.
that. I didn't know that was wrong back then.
Right.
But looking back, now that I know better, that was
Hmm.
wrong. I was supposed to be fucking at 12 and pregnant at
Right.
14. I wasn't supposed to be
Right.
arrested
All
at
the shit, all the
16.
shit we be doing.
I wasn't supposed to, I got married at 20. I don't know how old I was, but I didn't even want to get married. I only did it because my
Mm.
mama told me to.
Because you had a baby.
No, no, it
Did
wasn't
she
even
think you need a
that.
husband because you had a kid
I don't
or
know what the
no?
hell she thought, but
Yeah.
I always knew that, I did not want to marry this person. I never did, but I only did it because
Mm.
my mama wanted me to, you
Wow.
know. And I'm like, okay, that's my mama. She ain't gonna tell me nothing wrong. And I listened
Yeah.
to her. Just like my daddy told me to take a year off after high school.
Mm.
And that was the worst advice he could have ever
Because you
given me.
was just in
But
the
he didn't.
streets out there.
Oh, baby. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
because it's
yeah.
like you had no real guidance. Like, take a year off, but you didn't tell me what to do during
Exactly.
that
I
year
sat
off.
around and ate all day. Girl, I was in the 300s by then.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, I mean,
Because that was kind of like, that's kind of like depressing though, when you go from having like a daily routine and something that you're
mhm,
doing every day to like not doing anything.
yeah,
And that can be that can be traumatizing in itself.
exactly.
Yeah. How important would you say it is for people to have some type of routine and like some type of balance as far as like self-care and keeping your mental intact?
It is very important. I recommend at least do something for yourself by yourself every day.
Mm,
It could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Go hide in the closet, go
yes.
in the restroom, lock the door, and ignore whoever beating on the door, trying to see where you at or what you're doing. I even say go
Yeah.
sit in your car.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the best. That's the
go sit in your car.
best.
Yeah, sit in your car
Driving up to your house and
and
like just
parking and
chilling for a
sitting. Yeah,
second.
you don't have to
Like
go rush to go
rush.
in. Sit your ass down and decompress
And
in your
just
car. Yeah,
yes.
take some time for yourself.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. Take yourself on dates too.
Yes, yeah,
Like that's the best too.
I just started taking myself on dates. I used to feel like that was wrong or weird, but
Because you
now,
have a spouse or you have
but
somebody
yeah,
you feel like
yeah,
going by
I got a
yourself
spouse,
is,
but I'm going out taking myself out on a date,
and that's
you know.
okay. That's okay. Like I literally be like, I go get my nails done and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go eat. I'm
Yeah,
just go eat by
yeah,
myself.
do that.
Just to sit with yourself and sit with
Yes,
your
it's
thoughts.
needed, it's necessary.
Yes, I feel though that some people are scared to do that.
Yes, they are.
Do you find that when you're talking with clients, like
Yeah,
they're really just scared to be alone?
yes.
Those people, they're always out. They have to be around somebody. They
Yes, they
have
have to
to,
be in a relationship, can't do
yes.
nothing by themselves, they can't live by themselves. I'm like, that's an issue. That is definitely
Yeah,
an
that
issue.
and so I think people think, oh, if somebody didn't die or if I didn't get sexually molested, that I don't have any trauma. And that's like that's not true.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
you got trauma.
so
You just don't know
you just don't
it.
know it. So I want you to talk about the different types of trauma, like the different types of things that people may experience that is trauma, but they're not really aware of it.
Getting a divorce,
Mm,
especially if you didn't see it coming. Getting a
mm,
divorce is traumatic. Um, you know, Having someone harass you at work.
wow.
They got bullies at work too. They got
Yep.
internet bullies. All of that is traumatic.
Yeah,
That brings out anxiety in a person.
it does.
And some people don't realize that.
They don't, and I feel like celebrities get it a lot
Oh, because
because
they in the spotlight.
they're in the spotlight and
Hmm.
people feel like they're not human, and I'm like,
Yeah, they are
I know,
human.
like, they're seeing some of the things that you guys say, and that's hurtful, like,
It's
no matter how you
very.
look at it, if they respond, they don't respond, it feels that's hurtful for somebody to see, like, "Oh, you look like this," or, "Oh, you should look like that." Like, be mindful of the things that you say to people because it can cause trauma.
Yeah, but the people who are saying ugly comments like that, I say they are hurt.
Yep.
Hurt people hurt people. Hurt
Yes.
people will hurt people. So it's something
Yes.
about them that they feel like they have to lash out at somebody else.
Yeah, and projecting their
Yeah.
insecurities on the
Oh
other
yes.
person.
Oh my God, yes. Yes.
Yes, 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 like, because they don't wanna do something or if they're not
Exactly.
brave enough to do it, they'll try to talk you out of it.
Oh
And so
yes.
I'm
Yes.
assuming you've experienced that on your platform because you post every day. So you kind of know what I'm talking about. You post every day, you're relentless, you're true to your brand.
Yes.
If you follow her, y'all should be following her by now because it's popping up on the screen. Go follow.
Follow your baby.
Yes. If you follow her, you'll know that she's committed to what she does and she really, really has a passion for what she does. And so when you're passionate about what you do, sometimes it can be a lonely journey.
Yeah.
Right? It can be a lonely journey, especially when people around you that are close to you are not really seeing the vision. But it's like you'll meet those people that you don't even know. That's like, you're doing a great job, or you helped me, or you said something that inspired me. So I say all that to say, like, what keeps you motivated to keep trying to pour into other people? Because as a mental health professional, sometimes it can be draining and maybe
It is
even
draining.
discouraging.
It is discouraging.
Yeah.
I was in my feelings 2 days ago
Mhm.
because I felt like I wasn't doing enough.
Mhm.
And then at another turn, it was like, am I doing too much? So, I decompress. I have my, decompress things, but I have not gotten any bad comments.
I love it. I love it.
But if I do,
She's ready.
I'm ready for you.
She's already ready. Because one thing about a healed person, they know how to handle stuff with grace. Like, you can handle it and move on. Like, whatever.
See, and a lot of people, and I like that you brought that up about the people who are close to you and around you don't see your vision. Nobody around me sees my vision. My wife, you know, my family, they don't see it. They just think I have a little business. Baby, I'm out here changing lives, healing
Baby.
people,
They must look, I'm telling y'all. Well, I guess that's the business side of me because I see it. I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
see exactly what you have in vision because my husband always says, like, if somebody can see your vision, it's no longer your vision. Like, your vision is yours, and it's God gave it to you for a reason because you're equipped to fulfill that vision. I believe that as well, but I do believe that people can support it, and so you're always going to get people that like pour into you, and they don't even know they're pouring into you.
Every day someone says something. You inspire me. Keep doing what you do. I love your authenticity because I spill my own tea.
Yeah.
I pour my own.
Yep.
You're not gonna get a chance to try to say something about me.
Right.
I'm gonna
Because I'm
say
gonna
it
tell
myself.
you. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you. I'm gonna be transparent about it. If you
Yeah.
have, and it may hurt your feel. People get offended so easily, I guess, about the truth, and it's like, why are you offended?
The truth hurts.
It hurts.
It does.
I'm like, I'm just telling you the truth. It's okay.
Yeah.
And that could cause some whole nother issues. So what does this whole nother issue? I'm like, do you realize that you're the issue?
Some people don't realize they're the issue.
They don't.
They don't. It's like a while ago, my daughter, she used to say that people didn't like her, or she'll have a friend one minute, they're not friends the next minute, and she friend with somebody else and not a friend. It's you.
It's you.
It's
One more time.
you.
It's you.
It's you.
Yes. I meet women all the time. They're like, oh, I don't have that many friends. Or it's not about the amount of friends, but it's the fact that you don't have any
Yeah, if you
friends.
don't
Or
have
they'll
any
say,
friends,
I don't
you're
have
a
any friends.
problem.
I'm like, how don't you?
Yeah.
Like, I've been had the same, like your core friends, like I've had the same friends forever.
Yeah.
They not
elementary school
since
friends.
they're my like your real riders. You're gonna see
Yeah.
them. So I'm like, there's something about you. There's a reason why you're not keeping friends or why people feel a certain way. It can't always be them.
Yeah, but it's not because you
Yeah.
know that saying when you point your finger at somebody else, you got four more pointing back
Pointing
at
back
you.
at you.
It's you, honey. It's you.
So talk about accountability. Oh, because I want to get into that. I want to get into that because when you're unpacking trauma, that plays a major role.
Yes, you have to. That's like one of the first things you have to acknowledge that first you acknowledge there's a problem, and then you have to hold yourself accountable and say, yes, I did this.
Yep.
This is the part I played in this situation. And if you can't do the accountability part, you ain't gonna heal. You're never gonna heal. Because you have to hold yourself accountable.
People struggle with that. I'm telling
Because
you.
they don't want to admit they did anything wrong.
Right.
Because they want everybody to see them as being perfect. Nobody's perfect. We are human. We all fuck up. We do.
We all do. we all do. Okay, and let's get into the relationship piece of it. So people that hop from relationship relationship to relationship, again, no one wants to take accountability, but why are you in and out of relationships? The common denominator is you.
Yes.
It's you.
Yes.
My dad and I just had this conversation because I'm like, first of all, you need to hurry up and speed this up and find somebody because you over here, you over there, you over there. Like, who gonna take care of you? I mean, that mean I gotta take care of you. I don't want I
No,
don't want to take care of
you
you.
put it out
I need
there.
you to get
I
a wife.
love you, but I'm not gonna take care of you. That is not my
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. So
No.
unlearning
Yes.
the behavior that's causing you to be jumping from here
Yes.
to there is what she helps with.
Yes.
And so I need people to see that mental health professionals, like, they really, really help you get organization in your life.
Yes.
Like, you need that. You need that. You definitely need that to be successful. Um, what are some things that can help someone who they want to start the journey, but they're not really sure where to begin? They don't know. Like, what would you say to them?
Book a clarity call. Book a clarity call. You can book one with a therapist,
Mhm.
a counselor, or a coach like me. And, if you book a clarity call with me, you
Mhm.
tell me what's going on, what do you need help with, and I can either tell you, okay, you need to go to a therapist. I have, a network of
Mhm.
therapists that I recommend, or, okay, it's counseling for you, or okay, I can help you with that.
Right,
So that's the
right.
first step. You have to ask questions.
Mhm. And seek help,
Yes,
right?
seek
So her
help.
website's gonna be up on the screen. Y'all can book that call. Because if you need it, you need it. And that's the
Yeah.
part of taking accountability too, is like recognizing that I need help. I
Mhm.
can't do this on my own. So I'm gonna go and find support.
Yes, and don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to admit you need help. We
Yeah.
all need somebody in our corner.
Yeah.
And it's not always going to be your family. It's not. It's going
It's
to be a
not.
complete stranger.
Yeah, because sometimes we don't feel comfortable
I
enough
get it.
to fully share. Like, you may share, but you
Hmm.
don't fully share everything.
Well, that's why you research. You do your
Mm,
don't just go, Google coach in Texas and pick the first one that come up on Google. No,
yeah,
you go and do your research. You ask
yeah.
people. If you are employed, you should have an EAP program.
Mm,
They should recommend, there should be a recommendation of authorized therapists, coaches,
yeah.
counselors. You have to do your homework. You have to advocate for yourself. Nobody's gonna come say, "Hey, you look like you need some help. You want me to?" Nobody's gonna do that.
Right.
You have to be vulnerable, open, honest. If you are not honest, we're not going to go anywhere. You have to be honest. And, you have to do your research. And, when it comes to finding someone, I always recommend research and see what kind of background that person has.
Mhm,
See, and I don't mean background from 1982. I'm talking about, their education, their experience,
mhm.
because you have a lot of mental health professionals who are only book trained, school trained.
Talk about it, because
Yeah.
I'm gonna get into what's next after that. Yeah.
And you want to, and if that's fine with you, that's fine. But
Yeah.
most of us African American in the African American community, want to see not only where you went to school and what kind of credentials you have,
Mhm.
but what kind of experience do you have?
Yeah.
Are you from Bel Air or are you from Fifth Ward?
Right,
So
right.
the person can, be that to understand.
Yeah. I always say that, you need your mental health professional to be real and relatable.
Yes.
Like, I remember when I first saw a therapist. I was looking for a therapist. I went through the EAP program at the time because I was working
Mm.
for a company, and I'm like, okay, let me find somebody. And I'm going off of, first of all, I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at pictures.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm looking for somebody that looks like me. That's just what
Yes,
I was looking
yes,
for
yes.
because, again, relatable. And when I first attended my first session, I was like, I don't like her. Because that's when, okay, they're really like forcing you to do this work. They're really like forcing you
Yeah,
to
you have to
take
do the work.
accountability.
Yes, you
I
have
mean, she
to.
would give me homework and I'd be like, no. She was like, did you do your homework? I'm like, no, I didn't do that.
Yeah,
Because
you
I would
gotta
start
do your
those questions and I
homework.
was like, I'm not telling her my business.
Yeah,
So
see, yeah, I
I
get
want you to talk.
it.
I want you to talk about when you get a client like me, right? They're not doing the homework. They're really not opening up. Like, how do you approach that?
First, you're not gonna play with my time.
Okay.
and
I
I'm not
like
gonna
it.
play with
I like
yours.
it. I like
You
it.
know,
Wear me
that's why
out, please.
I only accept clients who are ready, who are 100% ready.
Okay.
They don't have to have all the answers, but they just need to know they are ready. They
Mhm.
have to be open, they have to be honest, and they have to be ready to give what I have to offer. You know,
Mm.
if I'm giving, because you're gonna have
You're
homework,
gonna have
and
homework,
if you
guys.
come back and don't do homework, we're gonna talk about that.
Mm.
You come back again and don't do homework, I'm gonna show you the door because you're wasting my time.
Mm.
And you
And I
don't.
think people need that push.
Yeah.
We need that push because I find that because I we travel a lot, and so when we go to other countries, people are so like humble and they're just so just giving and kind. And Americans, we don't realize how entitled we are. Like we're very entitled.
For
We're
what though?
very
Yes.
stubborn.
Yes.
Like we
Yeah.
want what we want. We want to do what we want to do. And so I think having that person that's like, nah, I'm not putting up with what you got
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah. No. Uh-uh.
Respect my
It's
time. I'm gonna respect your time.
yeah. It's not
Yeah.
about money for me. The
Yeah.
money gonna come. My objective is to help someone
Yeah.
so that they don't have to go through what I went through.
Right.
I don't ever want anyone to experience that. So, I will kindly give you your money back and tell you to kick rocks
I
because you're
love
not
it.
gonna waste my
I
time.
love it.
You're
So
not ready. Come back when you're ready.
yeah, so if you're looking for somebody who's real deal, this what you need. This what you need. But guys, I did make it through my sessions, so don't be judging me. I kept going. I kept
Yes,
going.
thank you.
And it got better. So
Mm,
like stick it out. Like if somebody like Shawnti is your coach and they hold you accountable, like respect their opinion, respect how they feel.
exactly. I mean, because I'm
Yeah.
not cheap, so that
Right.
means you paid for my expertise.
Yes.
So you're gonna take it or not. You
Right.
know. But on the other hand, when you go and when you pick that person, that first person you pick might not be your person. You have to
True.
use discernment. You have to feel the energy, feel the room, feel the conversation. If you
Yes.
don't like it, you can fire them. You can. They work for you, not the other way around. You're paying your money for someone to help you. And if you feel like on
Mhm.
the first, second, third visit, okay, that's enough. I went through three therapists
Yeah.
before I found my therapist.
Would you say that's a common thing?
Yes. It
I
is
would
rare
too.
you will find your person on
On
the
the
first
first
time.
try.
It is rare.
Right,
Yes, that
yes.
is common
Yeah.
because I went through three.
Yeah. So don't give up, guys. Like if
Yes.
you're seeking a therapist and maybe you've been through two, three, four, like keep going until you find the person that's right for you.
But you know why it's hard for people to do that? Because, when you find your therapist
Mhm.
and, when you find a therapist and you're having to tell your like, why are you here? Blah, blah,
Mhm.
blah. Okay, and you find out this person didn't work for you, then you got to go find another one and do the same thing again.
Yeah.
So regurgitating that information, that's like, okay, I don't want to do this shit no more.
Right.
That's
And
what
that's
makes,
really how you
yeah,
feel. You be like, girl, stop talking to me.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because
I'll be
I
all right. I can heal on my own. That's fine.
right, I'm good.
But then something
Yeah.
else come up and trigger you and you back at square one. So
Yeah.
don't give up. It can be frustrating, especially if you don't find your person, your therapist, your coach, your counselor. If you don't find that one on the first try, try again. Keep trying because you are fighting for your life literally.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Right.
for you, nobody else.
For nobody else,
Yeah.
y'all. And it gives you a sense of peace. Like once you go
Hmm.
through the journey, you really it's like a weight almost that's lifted off of
It
you.
is a
Yeah.
weight. You feel
Yeah.
so much lighter, so much better
Yeah.
that you're able to, get things off of your chest that, you forgot about, you ignored,
Right.
you pretended like it didn't happen, and now you're able to get it out. Oh, you feel like you're flying.
Right. I know. So let me ask you this.
Okay.
Are you the friend like outside of your career and
Hmm.
what you're doing?
Hmm.
Are you the friend that's like everybody's calling for advice? Or are you the friend like I'm avoiding her because she's gonna give me the real?
Both.
You're both. You're a good
Mhm.
mixture. Okay.
Some people don't want to hear that shit, but whatever. I love you
Right.
anyway. Get out your feelings and call me back. And
Right.
then I have people that'll come to me and be like, da 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 da, and I give it to them.
So how do you create the boundary between friendship and work?
If you pay me to help you, we ain't friends.
I
I'm
like it.
friendly, But this is business,
I like it. I like it.
We're not friends. We're not hanging out. We ain't chilling. I might say, "Hey, boo," on a post or something, but we're not
Right.
friends.
Right. And you have to create those boundaries
You
in
have to.
professional and personal because
Mhm.
those lines sometimes can get crossed easily. Like for some reason, people think, oh, well, I know her. So I'm over here,
If
like,
anyone were to ever approach me and we are friends and wants me to coach them, I will say no and refer you to someone else.
okay, I love that.
No friends, no family.
I
I
love
do
it.
not accept that.
And that just keeps like things clear, the lines
Yeah.
clear. And I love that because they can easily, like I said before,
Yes.
get crossed. So that's why I asked that question. Now, we were talking about your book earlier.
Mhm.
Why did you give it that title? Because I love the title, but why? What's the reasoning behind the title?
You know what that reason
I do,
is.
but let the people know. Let the people know.
In the black community, when we were kids growing up, we hear people say, quiet as kept, or don't tell nobody I told you
Mhm.
this, but, and, someone actually said that to me
Oh wow,
during in the instance of this book. So,
wow,
it took me a while to think of a title for the book, but once I went through it, I was like, bam, that's the title, quiet as kept.
wow.
That's it.
So, how do the people that I'm sure in the book you referenced some people that were
I
involved
reference
in your
everybody.
stories. How do they
Everybody.
feel about that? How did you
I
handle
don't
that?
know and I don't care.
Oh, you haven't
But
gotten any feedback
I've
yet?
been getting great feedback.
Okay.
But I strategically did it to where I'm not naming names.
Right.
So the only way someone will know who I'm talking about is if they
It
were with me through
okay.
the process.
Oh, that's what I was wondering because you
Yeah.
know how what's that movie? The Last Holiday. What's the movie? The holiday movie. Gosh, I can't think of the name of it, but he basically wrote a book and then when the whole friend group started
Oh,
reading it, what is it?
best man.
Best
Best
Man
man.
Holiday
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that.
Just
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah, just like that.
yeah.
Okay. Cuz people are always like, "What you say about me? What you say about me?" And it's like, "But if it's true, why you care? Why you care? You know it's true. Why you feel a certain way?" But I love that she's just
Yeah.
like, "I spoke my truth.
Yes.
It is what it is," because I think we need to learn how to do that, and that's a part of healing as well. Is like being honest. Sometimes we've been lying so long to ourselves and
Yes,
to
indeed.
everyone else
hmm
that we struggle with just putting it out there. We don't even know the truth anymore.
Exactly.
And it's like ridiculous. It
Yeah.
really, really is. So how do you teach your clients how to learn how to walk in their truth?
Journaling and affirmations. A lot of journaling and a lot of
Yeah.
affirmations, especially affirmations. I
Yeah.
had you standing in your mirror butt naked saying
I
affirmations
love
because
it.
you have
It builds
to,
that confidence.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it's hard, especially if you've lived your life in shame for something you
Mm,
did in 1983. And I don't know why I keep saying 1983, but I think I was 6 back then. But anyway, people will hold on to that
yeah.
that you
Yeah.
and okay, I'm a whole different person now. But,
Yes.
you can't see that you're a whole different person because you keep seeing what they're saying about you.
Yes.
Nobody validates you. You validate you. And the only
Yeah.
way you can do that, you got to get in your journal. You got to get in front of that mirror and you got to talk nicely to yourself. You
Yeah.
do.
And take care of yourself,
Yes, Lord, take
because
care of
our
yourself.
outside temple is definitely a reflection of, ultimately how we feel about ourselves. And that's
hmm
something that towards the end of last year, I'm like, I had to really reflect on because you have those days where you get up and you're like, I'm not really feeling it.
hmm
But at the same time, I need to make sure that whatever I'm representing is a reflection of how I
hmm
feel about me. And
hmm
so what I always tell people, do what makes you happy. Like don't worry
Yeah.
about what somebody else has to say. Your truth is your truth. Own your truth. You will feel so much better when you own your truth.
Yes, you
Like
will.
just own it. And I know somebody's gonna say, 'cause I'm gonna go back to the journaling.
hmm
Somebody's gonna say, I don't have time to journal. I don't
Yes, you
have
do.
time for affirmation.
Yes, you
I
do.
don't have time for that. People make time for what they want to make time for.
You know what I always tell whenever they say that they don't have time to journal, I say, "You got time to fuck, you got time to journal.
Yes,
You got
yes.
time to go take a shit, you got time to journal."
Right. And the fast food,
Yeah,
we got time
you
to
got
eat out.
time.
Cause that's what I say when people tell me they don't have money for something. I'm
You
like,
have money for
you
what you
have
want.
money for what you
Yeah,
want.
just
So
like
if
the
you really
Post
want what I
plug.
got or
Yeah,
what she has,
exactly.
you'll
You gonna pay
you gonna
for
pay
it.
for
You
it.
pay for that weave, that wig, that hair, the
Yep.
lashes. You
All
pay
of
for
it.
that. Okay, that's on the outside, but what about your inside?
Come on.
What about your inside? Why you
Talk
neglecting
about
your
that.
mind and your heart?
Yes. So I want you to expand a little bit on taking care of your inside and your outside.
Taking care of your inside, detox. And when I say detox, I mean a physical detox. Take whatever you need to take. I prefer bougie hippie products.
Oh, okay. I haven't
Girl,
tried them, but I
baby,
did see
get it,
people.
girl.
It works?
The apple cider vinegar, the detox meltdown, and the fat burner. Yes,
Okay.
it works. I can
Come on,
attest.
y'all. Come on, Bougie Hippie.
Okay.
Sponsor this episode
Sponsor,
for us.
and I sure will contact you. Yes. I've been a customer of theirs for years. So detox your body,
Hmm.
detox your mind. Detoxing your mind is, first clearing out stuff out your phone, all ass
Mm.
text messages, receipts that you
That's
don't
what I've been
need,
doing for like 3
and
days.
delete your old contacts. If you haven't heard from that person, or anytime you hear from them, they want something, delete their ass, block their ass. Social media followers, unfollow them. Anything that triggers you, anything that is not healthy for your mind, detox that. And then detox whatever you've been holding in your mind. Those negative thoughts. You counteract them with positive thoughts.
Hmm.
Like somebody will probably think, "Oh, I'm not cute," da da da. I'm beautiful. I'm the shit.
Right.
You have to do that for yourself.
Yes.
Nobody gonna. Somebody could tell you pretty all day long, but if you don't feel like you are,
It don't matter. Yeah. No, it doesn't.
yeah, and I don't like it that a lot of women, they feel like they need all the attention because of their looks. Okay, your looks only take you so far. What about your
Yeah.
brain? What about your personality? What
Yeah.
about your inside? So yeah,
Yeah. And it's like finding the passion for what you love. Cause a lot of women, like you said, you got the lashes, you got the hair. We all like to do that, of
yeah, of
course.
course.
Um,
Look
but what's on
at
the
me.
inside?
It makes it look better. You
Yes.
know, you
With
could
the
take a angry, bitter, broken woman and throw some wig and lashes on her. Okay, she all right. But just picture a healed woman with the same
yes.
thing. She gonna look. Oh, baby, she bad. She
Right.
bad.
And women, we have the tendency to think that we're not toxic.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
we can be toxic too.
Very
If
much
you
so.
don't handle what you need to handle and get that inside together, you can be toxic.
Yeah, because essentially all you're doing is hurting people who didn't do anything to you.
Yep.
You're
Eh,
just taking it out on them.
Yep. And that's why some of y'all can't keep a man, can't keep a woman, whatever you prefer. You can't keep
Mm-hmm.
them
Yeah,
because it's like you're projecting your insecurity, your trauma, all that on them, and they didn't ask for that.
yeah.
They might have came to you healed,
Right.
but because you didn't take the time to do what you needed to do, now you missed out on a good person.
Exactly. And that's why, like, if you are in a relationship and it doesn't go well, you break up, I suggest you take some time. Take some time for yourself. Get to know yourself. Get back to you.
Not 2 weeks.
No, not 2 weeks. Probably
Not
6 months.
like
6
6
months or
months, y'all,
more.
because
You
y'all be
know,
tripping.
I
I be like,
understand.
did you just post? Okay, you know
Okay, this
what?
my
Bye.
bae. And then 2 weeks later, this my bae. It's like, that's not
Yes.
cute. It's not.
It's not
It's
cute.
making you look ran through. And you don't want to look like that.
You know, even if you put that emoji on their head, we still know.
Yeah.
'Cause y'all be trying to block out the face. We see y'all. We see
Or better
y'all.
yet, keep your relationship private.
Yes.
Keep it private.
Yes, especially if you're dating, because I truly believe that it's okay to date when you're dating to date multiple
Yeah,
people
that's
till
fine.
you
Do
find
you?
out, but you don't have to post to everybody,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Everybody don't need to know your business.
Yeah, yeah. Lord, that's a whole nother
I
topic,
know,
right?
right?
So I saw that you were at this yoga. Was it yoga?
It was a meditation and
It
breath
was
work.
meditation.
Hmm.
Talk about that. I want to go, so I want to know more.
So I used to go every Wednesday faithfully, and
Hmm.
I stopped going in November and December because I wanted to cater more to my audience and my clients. And not yesterday, Wednesday was the first 2024 session. It's every Wednesday. It's with RC Lee. Shout out to RC. It's every and Conjure Drums. So what we do every Wednesday, 7 o'clock. We the mats are already there, so don't have an excuse. I don't have a mat. He got a million mats, and they already laid out. You just walk in and pick which mat resonates with you. You sit your behind down. The first part we're journaling. So
Mm.
he does guided journaling too. So asking how you feeling, what can you do, and it's all about you. So he
Mm.
asks these you questions, and they not yes or no. You have to answer the
In
questions,
depth,
and
yeah.
then he invites us to share. He made me share, but he invites us to share. So people will randomly share what they're going through,
Mm.
how they feeling. We get that out because that's the point, getting it out, and then we do breath work. Breath work, we do breathing to inhale the
Mhm.
good, exhale the bad, and we just do
Mm.
that in cycles. We do affirmations, and he walks around with his singing
I love
bowl.
it.
Ooh, it's baby. I'm surprised my lashes stayed on because
Oh,
every
really?
every time I go, he cries me out of my lashes.
Oh,
Yes,
wow. So it's like a whole
it
experience.
is.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. Where's it held? Where do they
It
have
is
it
at
at?
the Assembly, 1502 Berry Street in Houston,
Okay.
every Wednesday.
Yeah.
You reserve your spot on Eventbrite. Follow my dude. His name on Instagram, he is meditation underscore with underscore RC.
I'm gonna check it out, y'all. I'm definitely gonna that's a good
Yes,
little self-care.
it
When I
is.
saw you, I was like, "Oh, that looks like fun. I need to find out what that is."
It is.
Cause yeah,
It's
I
not
think
no,
everybody needs to do
it
that.
ain't exercise physically, but it is mentally.
Yeah, but
It
y'all was
is.
sweating though.
Yeah.
Y'all was sweating in there.
Because we was in there breathing and screaming and
See what I'm
stuff.
saying, y'all?
Yeah, we were,
It's work.
we inhale and he makes you deep release. And you are literally
Oh,
screaming.
wow.
People be screaming, crying, but it's not, it's such a safe place that nobody looking at it. They're
Wow.
like, "Eh, no, ain't no, we all screaming and crying in there.
Mm.
It is beautiful. It's a
I
beautiful
love it. I
thing.
love it. I'm so happy you shared that. I'm gonna go follow him. I mean, I was looking and I'm like, wow, I wonder where that's at. And see, we don't know about these things. Like a lot of times people don't know. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's good to kind of get the word out there. So y'all definitely go follow him and support.
Yes, I want to see you one Wednesday.
Yes, yes. I'm gonna be in there, y'all. I don't know how I'm gonna make it crying and screaming and sweating, but we gonna get
You
through
don't know
it.
you don't know you're doing it.
Oh
Like, you
wow.
don't go in there with the intention to cry, because I know I did. I'm like,
Wow.
"I'm a G, I'm just gonna go
I'm
train this
good.
out."
I'm the coach. I'm good.
I be crying, and it's just he makes you go deep. He's like,
Mm.
"Imagine that person that you used to be, or imagine that little girl, little boy, and, talk to
Mm.
that little boy or little girl." Oh, it's
Wow.
great. It's awesome.
Wow.
It
Oh
is
my
awesome.
God. I
It's
want to
great.
go. I'm excited now. I'm gonna
Every
go.
Wednesday, every Wednesday. And the minimum to pay is
Oh
$11.11.
wow.
Yes, it is not expensive because he wants you to come in to release. He's not going to turn anybody away. And even if you don't have $11, you come and be real and honest with him and tell him. Don't be stealing no healing. You got to come in and say, "Hey,
And
RC."
check in.
Yes,
Oh
yes,
Lord. Yes,
yes.
please check in, y'all.
Oh, he going to count. He
Right.
going
That's
to count.
good. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's this
But it's
business
open
too.
to
Yeah.
everybody.
I love it.
Men, women. They had a man in there with his little baby. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
So everybody is welcome.
Oh wow. That
Everybody.
was my next question. Is it unisex? Okay, so it is
Everybody.
unisex. So don't be
Everybody.
using those excuses, guys.
Yeah.
Because guys feel like they don't have to do any work.
Oh no, they had the males are growing.
I love
It
it.
is almost a lot more males than women in
Yeah.
there
I
now.
think because it's hard for males to find a safe space.
He is a safe
I
space.
love it because my husband was attending like this men's group
Hmm.
and it was supposed to be like he disliked it because it was Bible based. Like when I say Bible
I
based,
get what
I
you're
say
saying.
too religious where people
Yeah.
couldn't really be open.
Oh no, no. RC space, no.
Yeah,
He will tell you quickly, this ain't about religion.
right. And
Whoever
that's
you
good.
believe in them, but we need you to get in here and
And
heal.
get healed. That's
Yeah.
because that's really what it's all
Yeah.
about. And so that's key, especially for black men,
Yes.
because a lot of times they don't have a safe space. Some of them are getting beat up at home with the words, and then you gotta go out into the world and get beat up as well, or
Exactly.
people are afraid of you. There's just a lot of things that can be real traumatizing for black men,
Yeah.
not only just women, because sometimes when we think about these things, we just think about ourselves
Right. No.
and we forget about
Men too.
guys
Mm-hmm.
because they're taught to be strong, they're taught to be, the head of the household
Hmm.
and to protect and to provide, but where's their safe space? So I
Exactly.
love
So
that.
yeah.
I love that. I love that. And that was another question for you. Do
Hmm.
you see male clients or just women?
I just see women.
Okay. That's good to know.
Women only. And I'm gonna tell you why. because I feel like a man needs another man to,
I love it. I
you
do too.
know, go through that healing process with.
Yeah.
I want women.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like that about my platform. But I've had a couple guys on. But only because they specifically asked for my platform, but I usually try to refer them to my husband because it's just better. But like you said, if this is a safe space for you, I mean, every now and then I will. But I completely understand what you're saying. I feel like men do need men
Yeah,
to bond
men
with.
need that man.
Yeah, not trauma bond, but bond,
Not
y'all.
trauma.
She talked
Yeah.
about that earlier. Your coaching program. So you
Hmm.
just launched a new coaching
Yes,
program.
I
Has it
did.
started or hasn't
It
started?
starts on January 22nd.
Okay, talk to the people a little bit about that and where they can find it.
Okay, so the name of the coaching program is Staying Stuck Ain't Cute. And it is 3 levels. There's a 5 week, there's an 8 week, and a 12 week. So all of them are training modules. We meet once a week. It's online, virtual. I give you homework. We have Q&A sessions. So it starts out as a group. So if you want individual, I can help you with that. But you have to ask for that. But when you're initially coming in, it's going to be group. We are going to be, we go over everything from the rooter to the tutor, and, not only in the 12-week program, then the 5 week is specific
Mhm.
areas, but the base of it is self love, accountability, and journaling.
Okay.
And, identifying what it is, that you need to be
Yeah.
healed from.
So
And
is it group or is it individual?
it is group. Like
Okay.
the calls are group,
Okay.
but the sessions, the weekly sessions, the training part, that's individual.
Okay. Okay.
But we come together as a group once a week.
Okay. So y'all heard it. Y'all can go find it. Where can they find it?
Go to ShawntiRefuge.com, or you can go to Stan, STAYIN, stuck ain't cute, coaching.com.
I love it. I love it because it's not cute.
No, it is not.
Like and what she means by that, and clarify if I'm wrong, it's like I'm setting my ways and I'm doing it how I want to do it.
That
That's
ain't
not
cute.
cute.
That ain't cute.
That's not cute. Cause
Yeah.
you just flying. What did they say? You just flying by
Flying by
the
the seat of your
yeah, by the seat of
pants.
your
Yeah,
pants.
no. If
Just
if you ever feel like anyone out there ever feels like, they know it all, they've done it all, and they don't need to learn and do anymore, you're stuck. Because that's not true. You should be
Mhm.
forever learning, forever growing, forever healing.
Mhm.
That's a forever thing.
Right. So we're in 2024. And
Mm-hmm.
so everybody's on their new healing journey. We're giving up stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be doing this and that and this and that. So people are coming to you and they're like, okay, I want to start fresh. I have all these goals. What's one of the major things that you tell people like during that consultation period, that clarity call? About getting clear about what they're expecting from you and what you're expecting from them. Like, because you're coming to me, but I can't do the work for you. So,
No,
like,
I'm not gonna do the work.
what's the conversation like during those calls?
I let them know, I'm not gonna hold your hand. I'm not gonna baby talk you. Even if if they don't know why they're coming, we're
Hmm.
gonna figure it out.
Okay.
But we have to set a goal, and it has to be clear and achievable. Not some wow. No, it has to be. We're gonna get it down to you know the bare minimum so we
Yeah.
can work on that, because you can't say you want to heal and come busting out the gate with big stuff. No,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
not gonna succeed that way.
Right. It's kind of like having a vision board. Sometimes we fill up the vision board and it's like, are you being realistic? Can you get this done in a year? Like, if you're driving a Toyota Camry right now, you're not gonna be driving a freaking I'm gonna just put it Lamborghini
Unless you win a
in a month
lottery,
or
but
two,
what are the odds
unless
of
you win
that?
the lottery. But I'm just saying, like some stuff
Yeah,
you have to work your way to,
yeah,
and that's all we're saying. It's
yes.
like it's just not a fast
I
process.
think the internet, social media has misguided a lot of people,
Yeah,
thinking that you could wake up with being perfect one day, then you
yeah,
was busted yesterday. No,
right.
that is a
It
process.
is.
You're only seeing, and that's the reason why I'm so authentic in my post because a lot of people like to post the after.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you the before, the during, current,
Yeah.
because I don't know if I ever have an after. Because I'm
Yeah.
gonna always be growing.
Yeah, and it's important for people to see your journey, and share your journey. That's one of the things I have on my list this year is like just putting more content out there so that people can really see the journey. Because
Mhm.
a lot of times, like you said, you see the outside, you kind of see what they have going on, but you don't really know like what it takes to get there. And so we've been like documenting behind the scenes
Yeah, it
so
takes
that you can
work.
see that it's a lot of work.
It
Like
is a
it just
lot of
don't
work.
happen like that.
No, you have to put
Yeah.
in the work.
Yeah.
We ain't got no rich uncles, rich aunties.
Yeah.
No, you got to put in the
Yeah.
work for this.
And sometimes it's okay to be the first one.
I'm the
That's
first.
what I'm saying. Go first. Like, don't be
Yes.
afraid to go first. And
Yes.
I just believe that this is a year of you going first. So if you need to be the first person to go through the healing process, do that. Like, do that and do it for you and do it for like generations to come.
Yes.
Because a lot of you have kids. Some of y'all even have grandkids, nieces,
Hmm.
nephews, and those babies are watching,
Yes, they are.
and they're
Y'all
picking
think
that
they
up.
not.
Yeah.
They are watching. They
They're
are.
watching every little thing, and so that's how we learn the trauma and all
Yeah.
the
But we
craziness.
didn't know that's what that was.
We
But we
didn't
were
know.
watching it. And now we know better. So we
So do
doing better.
better. Yeah. Like do better. And I was
Yeah.
like, do better, bitch.
Yeah, do
Like
better.
do
Yeah.
better because we can no longer say like stuff isn't out here. Because the resources are out here, the
Yes.
people are
Yeah,
out
yes.
here, the
No
support is
excuses.
real.
No excuses.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
excuses.
just like the whole meditation class. I wouldn't have
Yes.
seen that if she wouldn't have shared. I wouldn't have known
Yeah.
anything about it. And so that's why it's important for platforms like this to bring people on and they share because you just never know
Hmm.
what somebody can get from your story, what they can get from you and vice versa. And so I just want to thank you so much for taking time to come on.
No problem.
Also,
My
too, guys,
pleasure.
she has journals. She brought me one of
Yes.
her journals and she brought my husband one too. But
Yes,
yeah,
she
go
did.
on her site because she also has these available for you guys to purchase.
Yes.
Her book is out. I'm gonna have all that information in the description for you guys to go and get. All of her stuff will be popping up on the screen. Please make sure you go follow her.
Follow me.
And I'm going to, y'all know I like to turn the tables at this point. So I'm gonna
Yes.
let you ask any questions that maybe you want to ask, maybe something you were wondering during the episode before we close out.
Hmm. Do you journal?
I used to.
You
I
want to
used
start?
to.
You got one
I need
now.
to. I'm the person that has like a million notebooks. Like I write stuff down every day, but I need to like keep it in the same one because I got stuff in this one.
Mm-mm.
Whichever one I can get to that day, that's what I
Mm.
grab.
Okay,
So
so get organized with
yeah,
your
I need to get
writing.
organized with my writing.
Journal, as you
Yeah,
should.
journaling because I like writing. I love it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
working on my book right now too. So I'm so glad that you came
Yay!
on and you posted what you posted the other
Yay!
day.
What I post?
The three
Y'all just
things you accomplished,
oh, mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Because it's motivating. It's like you need to get to work. And then you said something earlier about feeling like you went through that phase of feeling like you weren't doing enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through that and I was like, you know what? We need to stop saying we should be doing this or we should be here and we
We are
should be
right
there
where
because
we
we
are
are
supposed
right
to
where
be.
we're
Yeah.
supposed to
Yeah,
be.
we are right where
We
we're
are
supposed to
exactly where we're
be.
supposed to be. So if
Mm-hmm.
you're like that and you're being hard on yourself and you feel like maybe everybody's ahead of you
No,
or
forget them people, because
forget
half of
that.
them lying online anyway.
Come on.
So if they're not showing you behind the scenes and showing you actual factuals, they lying.
They're lying. Like we're all working. We're
Yes,
all a work in
we working.
progress.
Yes.
And you can just be grateful and learn from somebody else's accomplishments because it can be
Yes.
motivation. And
Yes.
celebrate others because your time gonna come.
Yes.
Your time is
Absolutely
gonna
is.
come. And it
Yeah.
doesn't always have to be about you. That's another thing. Let's make this year about, servicing other
Yeah,
people
giving more than you
and
receive.
giving
Yes.
because God gonna
Give.
bless you. Your blessings are your blessings. Can't
Hmm.
nobody take your blessings.
No, what's meant for you is
It's for
yours.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why women like her and I can get together and collab because hey, everybody's doing their own thing, and I
Yeah.
love it. And we're gonna backtrack a little bit before we end
Come on.
how we met. So we met at y'all know Melanin Minds, the conference that I was advertising for a little bit because I was on a panel and she was on a panel as well, and
Hmm.
so we all kind of met there. We met a lot of amazing people there. So that was just great. Shout out to Legina.
Yes. Hey,
So just don't be afraid to get outside the box and
Yeah.
meet new people and collab and work together and celebrate other people.
Exactly.
But yeah, I have all her stuff in the description. Go check her out. Go follow her. Like, share, subscribe. Also, guys, if you're listening on Apple, go ahead and write me a review on there. I would love to hear your feedback. Anything you want to see, anything you want to hear, just let me know. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace. Well, guys, that concludes our episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Allow Yourself Grace podcast. For additional information about today's episode, please click the link in the show notes below. To learn more about our Grace Girls community and other resources we have to offer, head over to www.allowyourselfgrace.com. Until next time, Grace Girls, I love you all. Be blessed and continue to strive for success.